Gary Henderson along with Joe. Game of the week. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's playoff time, and TV 43 WMOD is proud to be at Dre Field in Titusville, Florida, for the first playoff game in the 3A Championship Series. The Titusville Terriers play host to the Panthers of Ft.Pierce Westwood. One heck of a passing team, from what we understand, John.
I'll tell you, their quarterback, Curtis Boyd, has thrown for more than 1,600 yards, Gary, which is truly amazing for a high school kid. What a passing game they've got, and of course, they're really up for this ball game. They had a close one last time with Titusville, 21-18, but that's not the real story. It was 21-0 at half. They came back with 18 and almost took the game in the second half.
Yeah, I understand Titusville had a few fumbles on that, and Al Wernicke's not too pleased about that game, nor is he too pleased about having to play the same team twice in the same year. So that's a little psychological thing as far as the Panthers go. Panthers like to pass that ball. They, too, are an explosive team. Titusville Terriers love to run that ball, and that they do so well with what we call a six-pack of running backs, and they are very talented and can move the ball well. The field is dry at Dre Field, so that's going to help that running game, and there's no wind, so that's going to help the passing game.
Gary, I'll tell you talk about the six-pack of running backs. You look at Gaiman, Williams, and the other running back for them, the starter. They've got over 2,200 yards rushing this year. I mean, it's just incredible. They have got a bevy of backs, as you said in the first game.
They're a very talented team. We've seen Titusville a couple of times, anxious to see Ft.Pierce Westwood. So you stay with us right here on TV 43.
I pay up to 75% more for 14-karat gold. Get it for less at the Melbourne Pawn Shop. You'll find unbeatable prices on 14-karat gold chains, rings, bracelets, diamonds, and more. There's also great values at the Melbourne Pawn Shop on TVs, stereos, camera equipment, power tools, and musical instruments. Even new in-dash car stereos for only $49.95. For that special Christmas gift at a price you can afford, shop the Melbourne Pawn Shop.
The ideal kitchen for you should reflect your personality, lifestyle, and taste. Macbeth's Classic Kitchens in downtown Melbourne can personalize your kitchen to suit your particular needs. Be it a wine service center for the occasional entertainers or a unique bake center for you Betty Crockers, our professional kitchen designers can turn your kitchen into one that is practical and meets your lifestyle needs. Come into Macbeth's Classic Kitchens in downtown Melbourne and select your new kitchen.
Gary Henderson along with John Starr, ready to bring you all the action in the Class 3A Region 5 playoff game between the Titusville Terriers, 8-2 on the season, and the Ft.Pierce Westwood Panthers, 7-2 on the season. There you see the Titusville bench.
And they're up. They want to play tonight. Can they repeat?
Right. Last year's state champion, the Titusville Terriers. Winner of this game advances on in the 3A playoffs to play the winner of the Bradenton Southeast High Fort Myers Cypress Lake game. And I understand if that game, this game is won by Titusville, they would host Bradenton and travel to Fort Myers. We're underway here, though. Cador, who returned one against Astronaut last week for 70 yards, gets a pretty good return this time, up to about the 33. We'll see it one more time.
And we'll see Cador, who's a great running back, take this kick. And here it is again. Breaks to the right side, tries to find some running room outside, gets a little bit, but is brought down at the 33-yard line, as Gary said. And we get some great mail we're going to talk about later.
Almost looks like they're playing Astronaut. Westwood has about the same killers. Titusville tries the first one up the middle. The wishbone fails. Trailing back, tackled by number 61 for the big boys from Ft.Pierce, James Mons. Gets the running back there. Well, let's see. Terrier offense is this. Mitchell, the junior quarterback. Williams, Gaiman, Cador, and Crosley. Williams was the last ball carrier. Sullivan's one of the ends. Jarvis, Mosry, Carter, Humphrey, and Chester make up that big interior line. There he is, Anthony Mitchell, number 15, with a wishbone behind him. Everybody in tight. Second down, straight up the middle. Number 42, Gaiman. Big opener. He's still running.
Beautiful balance.
Finally pulled down at the 43-yard line. Number 42, Darrell Gaiman. Attaboy.
24 yards. It's not a bad way to start. Look at Gaiman. Breaks right up through the middle. gets a blocker in front of him, trips himself up a little bit there, and finally goes down.
Rick White, number 90, gets a tackle for the Panthers. Just underway, first quarter, of course, no score. Titusville won the toss and elected to receive, and are making the most of it. Anthony Mitchell. Goodbye. 20-yard line.
Adios.
15, 10, and touchdown.
See you around the campus.
No flags down. No flags down, and 10 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Titusville fans are going crazy as Anthony Mitchell races 43 yards.
Oh, give him 44.
44, you've got it.
Watch Mitchell here. Fakes the handoff up the middle, goes outside, gets a few nice blocks, and it's off to the races, gang, and he's gone, and he's got some speed. Good-looking junior quarterback from Titusville.
One of the things the head coach at Westwood was worried about was the fact their Panthers have not seen a wishbone this year. The kick is up, and it's good. All right, first quarter score. Titusville Terriers 7, Ft.Pierce Panthers nothing. Let's pause for these messages.
10 years ago, Volvo engineers were asked to build a car which seemed impossible. A car that would be quicker through a slalom than a Jaguar, have better aerodynamics than today's Porsche 928, yet hold 5 adults.
It's impossible.
10 years later, Volvo announces the impossible, the 760 GLE. It took 10 years to build, but the impossible takes a little time.
I said possible, you said impossible.
The Imported Car Store, 1432 South Harbor City Boulevard, Melbourne. On the 8 o'clock movie Sunday, it's Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman in Papillon.
We've got to set this. I need your help.
I presume it'll be somewhat painful.
You bet it will.
Look, I asked you to remember that that's my money that's sinking, and that I'm here out of an act of unnatural heroism which prevented a guard from shooting you.
He probably would have missed me anyway. Now relax.
What?
Relax.
You're at the wrong end.
That's Papillon, with Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman on WMOD's 8 o'clock movie.
John, and that they certainly are.
There's no word about it other than that. And, of course, Westwood also is explosive, as was seen in their earlier contest when they came back with 18 points in the second half. Of course, they capitalized on a lot of errors by Titusville, and that's what they're going to want to prevent tonight, those turnovers.
Number 84 does the kicking, Patrick Sullivan. No win tonight. Short kick, very short, surprising. Taking it 35. And still running somehow around the right end. He must have pitched. I don't believe that was the guy that caught it. Alan Moore was the first guy, number 14, and he pitched to number 5 at the last minute, Robert White, and very smart heads-up playing by the Panthers. Here's the Panthers offense, and he's a good one. Number 11, the quarterback, Curtis. Avant is one of the running backs, Ned the other. The wide receivers, and they're fast, White and Moore. Tight ends are Schrazer and Ferguson, and in the interior line, Tolbert, Lewis, Trowick, and Brown. First and 10, Panthers take over to 49. John, that almost looked like he tried an onside kick and got too far under the ball. Pro set, split wide to the left. Looking left, pump fake's going to be too long. Almost picked off by Cador. Intended for number 5, Robert White.
But, you know, talking about number 14, Moore, there's a scout here tonight from Appalachian State by the name of Humphrey, who coached at Astronaut last year. And he's looking very closely at Moore, not so much as a wideout, but more so as a defensive back.
Here's those hometown Terriers defense. Anullis, Lincoln, Mills, Peppers, and Sullivan. Defensive tackles are Prost, Moore, and Powell, the down lineman. Then back deep, Strozier, Murray, and Woods. Dexter Woods, number 18. And I see bananas flying through the air. That means one and one only thing, that Jack Dietzel, the head banana man here, is at it again. Draw play. Seen by the Terriers, still about a 1 or 2 yard gainer. Should bring up third down and about 7.
It's number 25 was the ball carrier.
Kelvin Ned. All right, the officials for tonight. Referee, the man in charge, Jim Sisson. Kirby Smith, the umpire. Lineman, Dewey Williamson. Oscar Olin is the line judge. The back judge, Gary Summers. And on the clock up in the press box is Tom Taylor. 9:37 left to go.
Third down and 10, Gary. No gain on that.
Oh, looked like he had some, but I guess he said he was stopped. Long pass, has a man out there, but overthrows him. Robert White came back for the ball and had some room, but the quarterback Boyd was trying to hit our TV 43 sign back there. Well, we'd like to announce what our game next week is going to be, but until the winners are announced after tonight's game and how they're paired up for next week, we're not sure. We got a chance of covering the Rockledge Raiders if they get by Clewiston, or the Merritt Island Mustangs if they get by John I. Leonard, and of course the Titusville Terriers if they get by Ft.Pierce Westwood. So we'll just wait and see.
What a story in Leonard. First year in the playoffs in 17-year history.
As far as that goes, we might even take a look at those Winter Park Wildcats. Here goes Cador, I believe. No, that's number 15, Anthony Mitchell. Mitchell took the punt.
It's hard to tell. They all got so much speed.
That's true. Ball will be placed on a 1st and 10 situation at the 35-yard line. No wind, so that's making no difference if you're wondering. It's a very cool night. There he is, Jack Dietzel. And yes, that is not a shadow. That's not a shadow. His face is painted. He said he needed something different tonight. And
I like the way you took the red from Westwood and the blue from the other team, you know, so you wouldn't, you know, look like your favorite somebody.
I can't play favorites. Over the right side, number 42, Darrell Gaiman. He had a big gainer in that 3-play drive last time. This time he picks up about 2, maybe 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 coming up. The ball will be placed at the 37-yard line.
27 yards, 2 carries.
Ft.Pierce Westwood defense: Mons, McBride, Lewis, Tolbert, Davis, Williams, and Turruff. One of the linebackers is Jones, the other's Wyke, and the defensive back are Pack and Hawkins.
I got to tell you about the Westwood bus later on.
Westwood, everybody's in tight, nobody back deep. We've got a flag down. Looks like Titusville offsides. This play won't matter. 1-yard gainer at best.
Yes.
Don't adjust your TV set.
Right.
That is correct.
We are in control. Remember Outer Limits? Wasn't that a great show? Make the little dot and the line and everything.
8:36 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 is the score. Titusville on top. We're talking to the defensive captain there, number 86, Anthony Jones.
Yeah, the Panthers definitely are going to take it, and it's going to bring it all the way back to 33. Original line, well, a little beyond the original line of scrimmage.
There's Titusville cheerleaders, being directed by Leslie Guthrie. Anthony Mills. Anthony Mitchell comes up to the line.
Mills is the captain.
Right-handed quarterback gets forced out of the pocket, picks up something on speed alone.
Oh, nice.
I thought he was going to be pulled down way back there. Number 72, Byron Tolbert, could not quite catch up with the speedster.
Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be close to the first down.
And this junior quarterback that led them all the way to the state playoffs as a sophomore last year is just as impressive this year, if not more. Look at this.
Oh, Mitchell goes back to pass. No one to throw to. Almost gets the first down. It's going to be real close. They're going to measure. He picked up a good 13 yards on it, Gary.
With the measurement, clock stops at 8:13. First quarter, 7-0. Being assisted tonight here at Dre Field in the booth by Susan Brecher.
Right, of the University of Kentucky. Nell Ayer's daughter is the trainer for the Wildcats. They've had a good year this year.
And Susan assists up there, does she?
I'm not sure. I'll ask her at halftime.
Anyway, she's helping.
She's down here visiting.
Helping us spot and what have you. Few empty seats, surprisingly, on the other side from the Ft.Pierce side, but not many. Pretty good crowd, considering they made the long trip up.
I think she's a secret scout for the Wildcats.
Left side, about a 3-yard gainer. Ball moves to the 49.
Cador's first carry.
Mike Cador, number 19, 5'10", 168-pound senior.
You know, it's amazing, Gary. Look at the stats right now. They got 87 yards rushing already. And we're not even halfway through the first quarter. It's going to be a long night for Westwood.
Possible. All right, this time Titusville sends one man to the bottom of your screen, wide right. Mitchell forced out of the pocket, fires on the run, just throwing that ball away.
Exactly.
It was intended for Wayne Williams, but nevertheless it was way over Wayne's head.
Westwood had a tough night tonight. They took 2 county buses to bring the team up to the game tonight. They got to Sebastian, and they lost a tire on one truck, and the coach told me it totally disintegrated. And they lost the water pump on another bus, and they had to wait for the cheerleaders bus. And the whole group got on one bus, the cheerleaders bus, with the entire football team. And that's why they were late getting here, because the cheerleader bus was, I guess, a half an hour behind the football buses.
The team rode with the cheerleaders?
Yes.
And that explains their slow start. I formation. Here we go. Straight up the middle. Gaiman. He's stopped nicely. Good job. They strung it out real good. Number 66, Dennis Turriff, makes the initial hit.
He tried to collect the turf on the turf. Something like that.
He pounded him to the turf. 7:07. I'm all excited. I was pumped up watching that exciting Army-Navy game today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
6:50.
Now, the Boston College-Alabama game, now that's something else.
Yeah.
That was a good game. First punt for the Terriers.
It's Wayne Williams back deep to punt. Be punting from about his own 37, 38-yard line. Right-footed kicker. Looks like somebody got a hand on it, as it was shanking off to the left. If it was golfing, that'd be a hook. Now, WMOD's Bowling with the Champs is seen Saturday mornings, as you know, this morning at 10 a.m. Top bowlers throughout the state are competing in the 1983-84 men's and women's elimination tournament from the Shore Lanes Bowling Center. That's 10 a.m. every Saturday. Bowling with the Champs on WMOD. Second time they've had the ball tonight, trailing 7-0. Here come the Panthers from Ft.Pierce Westwood. Pro set behind the all-star quarterback Curtis Boyd. Boyd hands off to the first man. A little scissor play works. Stopped by number 23. That's Bobby Ives. Nevertheless, the runner is
number
also
23.
James Avent.
And that's his first carry.
Avent gets 4. Second down and 6. As you see, it's 6:14. Clock running down here at Dre Field.
And that's their first rushing yards. First time they tried one rush, 2 passes. Came up with nothing.
There's Boyd, 5'11", 190-pound senior. There's some room.
First down.
Slashy little runner, Kelvin Ned, only 5'9" and 180 pounds.
See, now they changed their game plan, Gary. You know, Curtis Boyd passes a lot. Now they're going to the run. I guess they feel they can run against the Terriers.
Yeah, they got to mix it up. Boyd's thrown for almost 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns this season. They have produced.
See, they're going to measure here. I call it prematurely, I guess. Looked like a first down to me. He's got it. I was right after all. You see, every time I think I'm wrong, I'm right.
No wonder.
Yes. You going to read that long thing again?
Well, eventually, yeah.
Yeah. You want any help? Or?
Look at the size of that.
I know.
That offensive center, number 77, 6'5", 290 pounds. Thought I felt the earth shake. 44-yard line.
I would like to play nose guard tonight. Nice catch.
That is.
More.
He's out of bounds, but nevertheless, he was forced out of bounds by Cador, so it'll be good. Number 14, Alan Moore, makes the catch. That's the one getting some attention from the scouts. Here he is.
Watch Moore go up high and pull it down. Nice catch. I wonder why they're looking at him.
Took a good hit, too. Didn't quite have the first down. Needs to bring his feet a foot farther.
But now Boyd's got some confidence in his throwing game.
Scissor, little cross block in the back. Doesn't work this time. Well, he might have the first down, though.
It all depends where they spot it. Yes, it is.
Only needed a foot. That was second down play, and I believe that was 23 again. Avent.
Avent, the ball carrier, who picks up a first down, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Panthers.
And they're in the move. 5:02 left in the first quarter.
We got to tell Wild Bill to get a close-up on that number 77 next time he comes up to the ball. He is huge. Pass is complete to the other side at number 14. That again will be close to a first down. That's Alan Moore.
Watch Moore again.
Boyd throwing to Moore.
And his favorite receiver. We're going to see it again shortly. Here it is.
We've got 3 excellent receivers.
Boyd back.
Moore stands out.
Moore picks it up and goes for the marker, and he's going to be close. Let's see. Just shy.
His patterns are a foot shy of first down each time, which makes for a nice second down and a foot play. Going to go left. Not much there. He won't get the first down this time. Good effort to try for it. Avant again. Herbert Moore, number 74, right there in the middle of your screen. The man that gets credit for the stop. That a boy, Herbert. A loss of at least a yard, if not more. 3rd and 2 now as the ball moves all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Moore's a big guy, too. He's 6'3", 233.
Who's playing against Trawick, number 77, the 300-pounder? Who is 72?
Nose guard.
Kevin Prost, who stands 193. Yeah, difference of 100 pounds from offensive center to defensive nose guard. First down for number 25, Kelvin Ned, 3-yard gainer.
Now, that happened to me the opposite way when I played. I was 205-pound guard. Played against a 300-pound defensive end.
All right, we got timeout on the field, and this is time to tell you this regional football playoff game is sponsored by the Florida High School Activities Association. This association is presently composed of 546 high schools that have voluntarily united themselves for the purpose of supervising and directing interscholastic contests. The Interscholastic Activities Program is designed to serve both participants and spectators. Students learn from travel from other young people of similar age and experience and from visiting other schools. Interschool activities in all cases should be planned with emphasis on educational values. The opportunities to develop physically, morally, and socially are added desirable bonuses. As a result of this program, an estimated 200,000 junior and senior high school students annually benefit directly or indirectly from their school's membership in the Florida High School Activities Association. I could do those Federal Express commercials with no problem at all. 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers. Straight up the middle. Look at this guy. There's no hole. He's just zigzagging his way through. Kelvin Ned, number 25. And a boy, Kelv.
But I was going to say, when I was playing defensive guard, and this guy was playing defensive tackle, he was 300 pounds. I said, Coach, I really don't think you got to run any plays my side this game. He says, look, Star, guys that big can't move. I said, Coach, they don't have to move.
Because I can't move him. I've got news for you, Star. You're still offensive. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
No respect.
7-0. Titusville, but Westwood moving. Look at that fumble. Titusville recovers. Number 22, Keith Anillis. Let's see if the PA announcer corrects me. Annulus. All right, Keith.
You're going to see him coughing up right here. On each change, he just doesn't get his hands on the ball.
Keith Annulus is the man that came up with the fumble recovery, but credit the guy, Kevin Prost, number 72, as he was in the backfield ready for the handoff. He was right there with the quarterback and the tailback as they attempted the handoff and caused the fumble. It stops an excellent march by Westwood. Back to pass, and really rushed. Intended for Cador, but I think they're better off not completing it. Anthony Mitchell being rushed out of the pocket by Byron Tolbert, number 72.
They closed the door on Cador.
That they did. Here's the defending state 3A champion Titusville Terriers right there. Coaching staff. And over there are the Westwood Panthers. Very young head coach. Nice guy. Talked to us for quite a while.
And a real rooter of his kids. I'll talk about that.
Tom Boucher, B-A-L-C-E-R. Look at this. Gaiman again. Daryl Gaiman being chased. Rodney Pack trying to catch him and does.
This is incredible.
This guy is fast. Rodney Pack, number 6, pulled him down. Not before Gaiman picks up big yardage.
I think they're 47 yards, Gary. Watch this. Just breaks right up the middle. Gets ahead of steam going. And if it wasn't for this one defender, number 6, coming up, he might have been gone.
2 minutes, 20 seconds. Clock running first quarter. 7-0 Titusville. Wishbone, everybody in tight. Left side, Cador. Gets short yardage, but does get some. Moves up to about the 21-yard line.
But you know, Gary, we saw this last week against Astronaut. Titusville, their backs come up with these big gainers. It's incredible.
2 or 3 plays, pop in the line, and then all of a sudden, one of the 3, Williams, Cador, or Gaiman,
or Mitchell.
Even Mitchell, too, you're right.
Yeah.
Westwood is making a mistake, stacking the line. We've seen people make this mistake against Titusville for the last 2 years. Look at that.
Yep.
Once you get past the line of scrimmage,
Boom.
they're gone. This time they got to the quarterback, though, on a pass play. They were trying to get the tight end over the middle, but nevertheless, Mitchell didn't have time to pass. Pulled down, I believe, by Michael Smith. 77 goes both ways. Look at there he is. 300-pounder. He anchors the defensive line, too.
Now, you'll see it here. Mitchell just goodbye. Got a hold of his jersey. Shows the strength of that lineman. But, you know, they're lucky they only lost a yard on him.
3rd down, 11, we'll say. Back to the 24. Going left. Mitchell gives to Gaiman, and he's just bouncing off tacklers. Good gain by Gaiman. Titusville stands are packed. There he is, number 42, Darrell Gaiman, fullback, 5'10", 190-pounder. We've seen going left.
There he goes.
Broke about 3 tackles.
Oh, he's a powerful runner.
Finally pulled down by Anthony Jones, number 86. 4th down and about 1.5 feet for the first.
They're going to call a timeout.
All right, with this timeout, we'll be back with more first quarter action right after this.
A forward pass, a lateral, and a run to daylight. Hi, this is Bob Greasy for the Sporting News, and we have a play that'll win big for you every time. 2 issues for the price of 1 to introduce you to the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. That's right, you get 26 issues of the Sporting News for just $9.99. 2 for the price of 1. You can't buy the Sporting News for a lower price anywhere. It's the magazine that gives me the no-nonsense details of all Major League sports and college action. To love sports is to love the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. Why don't you subscribe today? And here's a friend to tell you how.
You get the Sporting News at the low rate of 39 cents an issue. 26 issues for $9.99. That's half the regular subscription price. To subscribe, call toll-free. 1-800-228-5500. That's 1-800-228-5500. That's 1-800-228-5500.
Hi there, this is Jeff Cohen. Why don't you join me tonight on Ladies Great as we present Dustin Hoffman and Susan George in the Sam Peckinpah film, Straw Dogs. Then it's the master, Alfred Hitchcock's The Man Who Knew Too Much with Peter Lorre. As if that isn't enough, we have Betty Boop, Popeye, Superman, the world-famous Ladies Great role, and the kind of fun you just can't have anymore on television. Where? Right here on Ladies Great, tonight at 11:30 on WMOD-TV 43.
Ultra One. An exclusive new service for business from First of Brevard.
24 seconds first quarter, leading 7-0 Titusville on top. This all-important playoff game. And they're going for it on 4th and 1. Cracking the left side and has the first down, and another 1 or 2 is Darrell Gaiman, number 42. 7-0 lead that deep. Only needed a foot. They went for it. Titusville, John, I don't know if you know this or not, but the last 3 years has been in the 3A playoffs. Well, the last 4 years, excuse me, 3 times. 3 of the last 4 years.
Coach Wernicke's got quite a record.
Gaiman left side again. They've been running that way most of the night, and he's got good yardage. I'm not sure about 1981, to tell you the truth. Who represented the district? We'll study that. That's the end of the first quarter. The score, Titusville 7, Ft.Pierce Westwood nothing.
Frontenac Flea Market, the largest flea market on Florida's East Coast.
Mister, I don't want to buy any fleas.
Fleas? No, no. We have antiques, fresh fruits, vegetables, collectibles, tools, plants, stereos, TVs, records, furniture, just about anything and everything. You and your family could spend the whole weekend shopping, comparing and saving big bucks.
Why go flea market?
Well, some people say the prices are so low, they're practically free.
Oh.
Your best guide to cable TV viewing is Cable Week magazine, providing you with complete 24-hour listings as they appear on your TV selector. Cable Week magazine eliminates all guesswork in your program viewing, from movie and sports breakouts to feature articles, consumer tips, horoscopes, and crossword puzzles. Cable Week is the entertainer's magazine. Now that you're an informed viewer with a choice, stay informed with Cable Week.
Available at Albertsons.
7-0, Titusville over Westwood. Second quarter action just about to get underway. We were talking about Titusville's playoff reputation. Well, they've gone just about as far as you can go. 1980, they were runner-up to Gainesville. 1982, of course, they took it all, defeating Kissimmee Osceola last year. Here they are again in 1983. Anthony Mitchell has his team on the move for the 2nd down and 8. Mitchell throwing into the end zone.
Williams.
Hot. Touchdown.
Williams threw it. Number 3.
Right. Patrick Sullivan, number 84. You're right. It was a floating pass.
Well, you see, I noticed that before the game. They had Williams throwing it. I was wondering if they're going to try that.
Halfback pass, number 3, Wayne Williams, is successful. We'll get a chance to see him one more time. Patrick Sullivan, the guy is going to try the point after touchdown.
What's this now? Beautiful. It's a lousy-looking pass, but it works.
It was a Joe Cap pass. It produced results. They went for 2 and got it. They faked the kick while we were running the replay, I'm sorry to say. And meanwhile, they scored the point after touchdown try, going for 2. There you have it. Titusville 15. And Ft.Pierce Westwood, not to be confused, Ft.Pierce Central. Nothing. Talking about...
well, when it's going your way, it's going your way.
Playoff action. Ft.Pierce Westwood, of course, the fairly new high school. I believe only been in service about a half a dozen years down at St. Lucie County. And this is their first appearance in the playoffs.
A lot of teams this year, first time in the playoffs. John I. Leonard, is that correct?
Right.
Yeah.
In the 4A.
And of course, Rockledge. It's been a while for Rockledge, hasn't it?
Yeah, this first time in 2A.
Yeah, that's right.
They dropped down.
But when they were in 3As, been a while ago.
Been a while, yeah.
If they beat Clewiston tonight, which is last night, they may go all the way.
Again, a fairly short kick for Sullivan, but gets the man backwards, taking it to 10-yard line, and Anthony Bembre goes up to the 23, maybe. No, let's give that to Kelvin Ned, after all. First and 10, Westwood. Talking about Ft.Pierce. Ft.Pierce Central used to be a big powerhouse in 4A around here. Well, they built Ft.Pierce Westwood, and all of a sudden, Central's football program.
I've seen that happen so many places.
It's happened everywhere except on Merritt Island.
Right. But, you know, what if they just had one school here in Titusville?
Yeah.
That'd be really bad.
That'd be awesome. Straight up the middle. Good power run that time from a finesse team. Showing a little diversity. I believe that's Ned again.
Yeah, 25.
Attaboy, Calvin.
Ned now 5 carries, 19 yards, so right at 4 yards a carry.
Second down 5. 29-yard line. 15-0. Terriers. Westwood quarterback not going to the air yet.
There's a bad handoff in there. 23 was the carrier.
Avent. James Avent. 5'7", 165-pounder.
You say Avent, and I say Avent.
I think it is Avent.
Just don't call him Johnson. Actually, he might have got a half a yard out of that. We're going to give him a whole yard.
All right. I certainly won't argue with it. Titusville Terriers ranked 5th in the latest poll. Westwood in the honorable mention, which may not seem too honorable, but there's an awful lot of schools that never even get that. Long pass, setting it up with the short runs, but it falls incomplete. Intended for number 5, Robert White. There you see him, Bob White. That sound of Bob White makes?
Yeah.
You know, we got a letter from Sanford that called us the Bob and Ray of his, second generation. And you're hurting us tonight with things like that.
Well, that's one man's opinion.
It's a woman's opinion. Rita the mama. We'll read some excerpts from that letter as Westwood punts no place.
Nathan Collins punts the ball. I believe it went off a Titusville helmet. Somebody better grab that one.
He was lucky.
This may be one of those strange fluke plays here that Titusville learns to hate.
Looks like Westwood, wait, they're indicating they might have it.
They came up with the ball, and I swear that hit a Titusville helmet. It was one of those wounded duck kicks that came down on top of somebody.
Oregon finished with a flare, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Westwood did get the ball.
Unbelievable.
Strange punt produces a first down for Westwood. The Oregon Ducks ended a rather
promising
way.
Season.
Yeah.
As Howard Cosell would say, a mere shadow of their former selves.
Oregon State and Oregon ended in a 0-0 tie, and they just said, heck, let's end it right now. What's the sense?
Everybody go home. Have some hot chocolate.
They played
marshmallows.
Played in the rain in Eugene. I guess it was like 5 fumbles on each team and 3 interceptions.
What else can you do in Eugene except play in the rain? It rains there every day of the year. They had a sunny day one day.
Yeah.
Everybody wore raincoats.
62, I believe, was the year. 0-0. I saw that score in the paper, and I thought, oh, that's rather indicative of both the Beavers and the Ducks.
Can you imagine the crowd?
Oh boy. And I made fun of the Army-Navy game. 10 minutes to go in the halves. 15-0 Titusville. Westwood got a big break. Still not passing. Following the block of the big guy. The tailback.
23. No, 32. They got somebody doing there.
32 is right.
Yeah.
Ivory Peterson.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more second quarter action right after this.
Foods evenly. Some microwave manufacturers say you have to manually turn foods midway through the cycle. Or they use a turntable that really only restricts the kind of cookware you can use. But Amana has solved this even cooking problem with its patented rotowave system that rotates the microwaves instead of the food for fast, even cooking. Amana invented microwave cooking, so no wonder they still know how to do it best.
Available at Hess Appliances, Indian Harbor Beach.
If you love a mystery, can't resist an unsolved murder, you know who's the most popular mystery writer of all time. Agatha Christie. And then there were none. 10 perfect murders. A classic puzzle. Murder on the Orient Express. Now, we'd like to send you this new hardcover edition of Murder on the Orient Express to introduce you to the Agatha Christie Mystery Collection. Call now and get the classic Murder on the Orient Express. Should you decide to keep it, all you pay is $9.95 plus postage and handling. Then, you'll automatically receive another Agatha Christie mystery once a month for a 10-day examination.
Call toll-free 1-800-228-5511. That's 1-800-228-5511.
Hi, I'm Lou Saban, football coach of Central Florida.
And I'm Dave Dietrich. Watch the Lou Saban Football Show this Sunday morning at 10:30. Lou, what should we expect from Bethune-Cookman this week?
Well, we're going to have to watch Tyson and the Hawk.
Bernie Hawk, leading passer for Bethune-Cookman, will take your phone calls, answer any questions you have about UCF and college football. That's the Lou Saban Football Show, Sunday morning, 10:30, right here on WMOD TV 43.
Annulus got credit for the tackle on Peterson. All right, pro set, we have receiver split this time. Back to pass. Boyd completed to number 5, Robert White. And Robert gets into the secondary. Don't let up, Titusville. Mike Hador, number 19, makes a stop. Robert White there, number 5. Ran a nice slant in. First down. Here you see the man that passed for 1,600 yards. He just got himself about 15 more. Curtis Boyd, senior signal caller for the Panthers. Maroon and white But Westwood comes up to the line. Boyd taking his time. Looks a lot like Joe Willie. Oh, big rush on him. Really looked a lot like Joe Willie. Back to the 35-yard line. He's dumped by number 22, Angelus, coming in from his defensive end spot.
Right back where we started from.
Yeah, look at this. Angelus just refused to be blocked. Also getting Kyle Colley coming in there. Well, we'd like to thank First American Bank and Trust, Brevard's and Florida's largest independent bank, helping Brevard grow with 5 convenient locations to serve you. First American Bank, thank you for helping us broadcast this game.
We got 2 in Cocoa Beach. That's why only 4 addresses on the screen.
Oops, that's intercepted.
Talk about a tip drill.
Boy, breaks going Titusville's way. Well, of course, Westwood got a big one before, too. Anthony Mills, number 20, comes up with a big defensive tip drill.
You're going to see it right here. He's pressured tough. It's off the hands of number 25. That's Ned. And right into the hands of Mills.
Ned tipped the ball into the defender, but nevertheless, not entirely his fault. The ball was just thrown to the wrong shoulder. 1st and 10, Titusville. Plenty of time, 7:50 in the half, leading 15-0. Everybody in tight to go to the bone. Going around the left side, Cador tries to get a block from Williams and gets the corner. He'll get about 5 or 6.
They got speed outside, I'll tell you. Mitchell, Cador, Williams, and yes, even Gaiman. But Gaiman really is their punishing runner right up the middle.
Well, 3-yard gainer, they'll say. 2nd down and 7. Westwood defense has been on the field a lot tonight.
At least it's not Warren.
Again, they've got everybody stacked up on the line. Cador pulled down by number 31, Brian Hawkins. And you saw how far Hawkins was off the line there. What, about 2 yards? He's the defensive back on the right side.
Yep.
Defensive corner.
Stacking that line.
You get 5 yards on him and you've got a touchdown.
That's it. Nobody in the secondary.
Seen it a lot against Titusville. They've made the mistake for 2 years.
Cador now, 15 yards, 5 carries.
Of course, when you're thinking of it as a defensive coordinator, you're trying to stop the sweeps. And you got everybody strung out. So Titusville's attacking the middle of the line and having some success. That should be a 1st down. I believe that's Cador. Yep. Number 19, Mike Cador, 5'10", 168-pound senior.
I think they're going to measure, Gary.
Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah.
Again, the winner of this game plays the winner of the Cypress Lake Bradenton Southeast game next Friday night.
Well, let's hope it's Southeast so we can come back to Titusville.
Well, that'd be nice. I understand if Bradenton Southeast wins, it will be here at Titusville, and Titusville wins. If not, Cypress Lake, which is in Fort Myers, will be the host. It is 1st down Terriers, right? Right.
Wait a minute, I'm confused now. Bradenton is playing Southeast.
Right. No. Bradenton is playing Cypress Lake. Bradenton Southeast.
Okay.
As opposed to Bradenton Manatee.
I see.
The Today newspaper.
I've spent a lot of time in Bradenton.
Today newspaper had it as the Bradenton Southeast game, so I know what you got.
Yeah. I went to Sarasota once.
Yeah, Sarasota Riverview and Sarasota High, the 2 teams over there.
Yeah, the Ringling Museum there. Very nice. Nice mansion right on there.
Covered a Melbourne Bradenton Manatee game. Boy,
Did you? That must have been exciting.
A long night. It was about 44-0 Manatee, I believe.
And they say he saved the manatees.
That they did. Bulldogs didn't even touch him that night. I formation, 1 man wide to the right. And he's looking for him. Mitchell throws, one
nice
man in the pattern, falls incomplete.
Ooh, nice pass there. Mitchell really threw that ball nicely.
Patrick Sullivan took a hit from number 90, Rick White. It says Ricky in the program, but I don't do that. 2nd down and 10.
That shows you Mitchell can throw. That was a nicely thrown ball.
Yeah, it was lofted in there real nice. I'd like to thank our other sponsor we picked up tonight, our special good friends, Good Luck Terriers from Bob Fisher of Fisher Pontiac Olds, ready to serve your new and used car needs. Large enough to serve you, but small enough to care. At 1021 South Washington in Titusville, that's our good buddies at Fisher Pontiac Olds. Mitchell back to pass, sets up the screen, completed. Gaiman, a lot of room. Punishing runner just keeps on trucking. A game runner, that Daryl Gaiman.
19 yards on that.
He moves up to the 29-yard line. Screen play with no blockers. Look at this. I don't see any blue shirts in front of him. Yeah, there's one. There's a good hit.
Gaiman can do it all, I'll tell you.
Apparently, Westwood wasn't expecting it at all because he had a lot of room. Looks like Westwood's going to call timeout here. 15 zip Titusville.
Well, you know, this is kind of like deja vu, as they would say, from the first game where it was 21 zip at half.
I'd like to remind you the Lou Saban Show will be seen at 10:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Game highlights, player interviews, and live phone calls. That's at 10:30 a.m. this Sunday on WMOD. The Lou Saban Show, the Fighting Knights of UCF.
And what a job he's done. 5-5 going into tonight's ball game.
Well, they annihilated somebody last week.
Oh, yeah. It was Fort Lewis of Southwest Colorado. And blowout. You know, that poor team has got 47 freshmen on the squad. They travel with 36, of which 18 are freshmen. That's when you know you're in a lot of trouble.
Talking about the Fort Lewis team.
That's correct. Of course, you know, UCF has got a lot of freshmen who've done very well. And, of course, remember last year in the final game, Chicken Rivers has had a good year this year.
You want to tell us about that letter? I see we got a lot of time. We got a number of letters this week, I understand.
Okay, should I start off with Rita the mama? Or,
yeah, let's find out about Rita.
Now, she lives in Sanford. She watches our games up in Sanford. And she had some nice things to say about Pizza Hut, what a fine sponsor they were. But she said, you are the Bob and Ray second generation truly. Well, more in just a little bit.
I think that's enough. Rita, we do thank you. That was a very nice letter.
Mama.
That was very. We're not making fun of Rita. That's the way she signed it.
She signed it that way.
We got to get Sanford Seminole High on next year, just for Rita.
But she had nice things to say about Pizza Hut also.
All right, we'll talk about them in a minute too. Wishbone, first man through. Big opener, number 44, William Peppers. William Peppers playing at the fullback position. Starts as a linebacker, backup fullback. Nicely done, William. Quick opener for Peppers, just over right guard. That means they moved the big guy, didn't they?
You see Peppers there. Speaking of Peppers,
they put him on the personal pan pizzas at Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Sponsoring tonight's game throughout Central Florida, your Pizza Huts. And we do thank you very much, Pizza Hut. We'll stick with us, and we'll see all of the championship games. Pitching last second, going left. Cador squeezes through a couple of Panthers. And gets out of bounds. No, I guess not. The clock's still running. 5:35. Now it stops as they move the chains. There he is, number 15, this junior signal caller Anthony Mitchell. 5'10", 165-pounder.
175 yards rushing now for Titusville.
Wishbone, two tight end offense. Down in the pits at the 6-yard line. Gaiman. Everybody moving to the right. Gaiman just carries a couple of Panthers into the end zone. Boy, that's strong. Strong leg power. 5 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the half. 6-yard run by Daryl Gaiman makes it 21-0. Let's see if they go for 1 or 2 this time.
Here's Gaiman once again, just power running right up the middle. Trying to bring him down like a whoop.
John Brown flag. This time they tried the same thing as last time. We don't have time for our replays after Titusville scores. Delay of game against the Terriers. Well, they tried to let us get our replay in. This time they're going to go for 1 for sure. You realize John Brown was one of the 2 guys Gaiman carried in. He's 245 pounds. His kick is certainly long enough. And it's good. Number 84 puts it up and in. Patrick Sullivan. I'd like to thank Bob O'Connell of Taylor Rental and Sales in Merritt Island for installing a lot of the scaffolding that we use for our camera work. Taylor Rental, from baby cribs to cement, mixers and audio equipment. Thanks to Taylor Rental, we have everything that everybody needs. Taylor Rental in Merritt Island. Well, with the score, Titusville Terriers 22, Westwood Panthers nothing. Let's pause for these messages.
Big for you every time. 2 issues for the price of 1 to introduce you to the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. That's right, you get 26 issues of the Sporting News for just $9.99. 2 for the price of 1. You can't buy the Sporting News for a lower price anywhere. It's the magazine that gives me the no-nonsense details of all Major League sports and college action. To love sports is to love the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. Why don't you subscribe today, and here's a friend to tell you how.
You get the Sporting News at the low rate of 39 cents an issue. 26 issues for $9.99. That's half the regular subscription price. To subscribe, call toll-free. 1-800-228-5500. That's 1-800-228-5500. That's 1-800-228-5500.
TV 43, something to see.
Good times are dynamite on WMOD. Laughter is the best medicine to transform the bad times into good times. And JJ Jimmy Walker's sense of humor does exactly that. Laugh it up with Good Times. Monday through Friday at 6:30 on WMOD.
TV 43.
5:14 left to go in the half, and 22-0. Titusville threatening to make it around. Remember, they were up 21-0 last time these two teams met.
I had forgotten that.
Had you forgotten it? Well, it was about the 6th game of the season, and Titusville ended up winning 21-18. So we'll see.
Must have gone for 2 a bunch of times.
See if Titusville closes the door this time. Again, a short kick, taking it 25. I wonder if they're afraid of those 2 deep men, because I haven't seen Sullivan kick that short.
Normally he gets it down around the 10 or 5.
Yeah, gives it to Turf, number 66, and Dennis brings the ball up to the 33, which is 34, which is still a darn good return, no matter who you kick it to.
So true.
Now let's make it the 31 now that I see where they spot it.
Westwood has got to get us something going here. They've got to generate some offense, get a drive going, and try to score before the half. They get a lot of time.
They're forcing a passing team to go to the air. I'm not sure that hurts a whole lot. Ooh, just missed him. Good coverage. On the coverage is number 33, Mike Murray, assisted by one of the linebackers.
You know, talking about Boyd, and he is a great passer. I'm not taking anything away from him. But tonight he's 3 for 8, 42 yards with 1 intercept. Not having one of his better performances.
Westwood lost two games during the regular season.
Now, why did they only play 9 and Titusville 10?
Depends on who you can schedule.
I see.
Scheduling is really a strange thing in Central Florida. Look at poor Cocoa, what they had to do. Long pass, floater, almost caught and intercepted. Wade Williams off the hands of Robert White. Williams races the right sideline, picks up a couple of blocks, and gets down to about the 11-yard line, and the Titusville fans love it. Boy, they look like champions. Wade Williams, number 3, you see him back there. And the Bananas, they go bananas.
That's a nice furry one. You'll see it again now as Curtis Boyd goes back. And nice catch there by Williams. That's his second, I believe, of the night, because he got one on the tip drill, and he brings it all the way back downfield, inside the 15 down to about the 12.
Not enough snap on the ball there. Robert White had to wait too long for it to come down.
He went to prep school prior in Oregon.
Who?
Boyd.
Oh, the wounded duck.
No, I'm just kidding. He's a good passer. He's just having a tough night.
Anthony Mitchell sees some room. He gets down near the goal line before he's tripped up. Should be enough. Anthony wanted to score.
Well, the thing is, he may have a first down. Let's see where they spot it.
Down to about the 2-yard line.
Yes, he does.
First and goal to 2. Mitchell.
What a runner. Watch Mitchell here, just straight it right up the middle. And
ball out there ready to be knocked down. Tuck that ball in, Anthony.
Mitchell has 66 yards, 4 carries.
I like that, huh? Everybody in tight. We're going left. Gaiman, I'll bet. Yep. Gaiman meets number 66 head on. Dennis Turruff. Boy, we've called his number a lot defensively.
He's been a standout.
Someone told me that Westwood didn't have much beef on the line, but take a look at those guys.
I mean, they don't have much beef.
I don't know who told me that, but they are wrong.
77.
He's almost 300. 73 is almost 250. 72, Tolbert, it's 210. That ain't beef, Mama. I don't know a heifer.
Mitchell kind of keeper here.
Can't quite get in. He'll be down to about the 1. For 31 with a good one-on-one tackle, that's Brian Hawkins.
We're going to see it again here. Hawkins does make a real nice tackle here. Mitchell, with his speed, should be able to get outside. He's got a lot of running room. But here comes Dawkins and just corrals him.
Hawkins.
The Hawk. Yes. I saw something on the Army-Navy game about Dawkins, so I had it on my mind.
Cador's the one to the right over there at the top of your screen. Pro set otherwise. That's gaming, I'll bet you.
I don't know.
Darrell dove and then got his feet and kept moving. Touchdown. Darrell Gaiman. We'll say 2 yards. Touchdown run. And the hometown fans are enjoying themselves. It's going to be.
Gaiman's got 2 now.
It's going to be a long trip back to Ft.Pierce if this continues.
Especially on one bus.
Yeah.
He's all right coming up, but not home.
Patrick Sullivan kicking. Almost blocked, but still, he got it up and in. Right you are.
You know, Gary, this is so reminiscent of last year when Titusville routed everybody except Naples.
Yeah.
They blew Lake Wales out of Titusville in the first game. Then he had that really tough one with Naples, 21-14, went down to Homestead where nobody thought Homestead had advanced that far, no programs. Blew them out. Then they came back here for the championship and blew out Kissimmee.
And we remember Naples as having the best hot dogs of any we've eaten.
Yes.
Which is a challenge to who's ever making hot dogs next week. Well, we're proud to announce the WMOD will carry live the 4A Florida State Championship football game on Friday, December 16th at 7 p.m. That's only on WMOD. Your sports station in Central Florida will have the 4A Florida State Championship live. And yeah, there's a chance we'll be taping the 3A or the 2A. Let's see how the guys do. Number 84, he gets a long one this time. Patrick Sullivan way back to the 2-yard line. They're going to try a reverse. Number 5, Robert White. Evidently Titusville saw it coming. And White is pulled down inside the 5-yard line by number 33, Mike Murray. Now, I don't care what you say, no matter how speedy those guys are back there, that works a lot better than kicking one of the up men.
Now, this field east-west. Watch how much he runs north-south here. Here's the replay.
Robert White, the man that ends up with the ball.
Well, I was
after the reverse.
Here it is. You'll see the exchange here on the end around, and number 5 says, well, I can't go that way. Let me try this way, and then boom, inside the 5.
Kelvin Ned was the guy that caught the ball in the first place. Gave it to White. 1st and 10, but way back there, about the 4-yard line. Things couldn't go much worse for Westwood. Got some room over the right side. Good runner.
Yeah.
He is sharp. Kelvin Ned. He's one of those guys that can look like he's going right, and all of a sudden he's going left.
If it wasn't for Ned, they wouldn't have much offense so far. You'll see it again here. Makes a nice cut, eludes a couple of tacklers, but finally gets tied up by the ankles. Gets 5 yards. He's now got 24 on 6 carries. That's 4 a carry.
Kelvin Ned ran for 385 yards on the season for Westwood. Nothing there this time. Ned is also Boyd's favorite receiver. About 6 passes for 107 yards against Titusville last time they played, as a matter of fact. Nothing this time. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with that because tonight Moore has been his favorite and Ned has caught none.
Susan's hungry already. Dipping into my banana supply. 47 seconds left to go in the half. 29-0. They're firing long. Man's covered beautifully. No chance. Robert White is blanketed by number 24, Jake Strozier. Strozier just wouldn't let him finish his pattern. Got a charge admission. 36 seconds left to go in the half, and Panthers will be punting.
Thank goodness there's no camera in the booth tonight.
The Wild man would have that on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Number 33 gets a high snap, and a right-footed kicker does the job. Nathan Collins gets a bounce taken by Anthony Mitchell. He's got some guts. Mitchell up to the 35-yard line, and Titusville's got 1 or 2 chances here to get something out of this.
Well, do you think they'll run it up or just be satisfied with this 29-zip lead?
They might. Mitchell up to the line, has a passing formation. I formation with 2 men split. Drops back about 7 or 8 yards, sets up the screen on the right side. Number 44, Peppers, William Peppers. That'll run out the clock. Wait a minute, they called timeout with 1 second left. That seems safe. It is a first down, 1st and 10. They may go for a field goal here.
Why not?
That'd be pretty healthy, but it's possible. As a matter of fact, Titusville's going to call timeout. Nope. They said the clock had run out. All right, here's the replay on that screen. William Peppers tucks that ball in, gets the first down, and moves the ball up to about the 22. So time had run out after all. That is the end of the first half. With the score, the awesome Titusville Terriers 29, and the Panthers from Ft.Pierce Westwood, nothing.
When you take pride in your game and pride in your body, when you care about your health and love a good time, Imperial Courts is the place for you. Now, Imperial Courts is much more than a racquetball club. With a wide variety of sports action, state-of-the-art exercise and fitness equipment. Everything to suit all your moods. When the action slows and it's time to relax, and you're looking for good times and a chance to meet new friends, head for a cool drink and great company in the plush Winners Lounge. After cocktails, nothing satisfies a hearty appetite more than the scrumptious taste treats served in the Winners restaurant. Have fun, get fit, and make new friends. Imperial Court, Melbourne's elite private club. Now it's much more than a racquetball club.
Halftime activities just about underway as we watch the Ft.Pierce Panther Westwood band come out on the field. Our halftime score 29-0. In the booth with us tonight, I mentioned Susan is here with us, and she's been spotting and keeping some stats. Susan, your impression of the first half so far? Sorry, John turned your mic on. Go ahead.
Okay, well, it looks like Titusville is running away with it, but of course, if you remember the last time that they played Westwood, it was 21-0 at halftime, and Westwood came back to score 18 points, but couldn't quite catch Titusville, but you never know what's in store for the second half.
I agree. Good chance of a passing team coming back. Thank you much, Susan. Appreciate your help tonight. All right, let's catch all the music from the Ft.Pierce Westwood Panther Band. Westwood Band out on the field and entertaining the hometown crowd here at Dre Field in Titusville, Florida. Rather small band. Starting to say a rather small band in comparison to many we've seen this year, but certainly very well poised. I want to say well coached. I guess the word is taught when it comes to the bands. Westwood Panther 1983 marching band. They get a standing ovation from the good folks here at Titusville. Terrier band about to go on the field. 29-0 is our halftime score. The Titusville Terriers, last year's defending 3A champions, look like they're peaking and on their way again. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Bradenton Southeast and Fort Myers Cypress Lake game. If Titusville was to win this game tonight, They will host Bradenton Southeast and would travel to Fort Myers, Cypress Lake. TV 43, we're not sure which games we're going to be taking. We're going to take a look at all of them next week, see who's won and who's lost. We're interested in Winter Park, Merritt Island, Titusville, and Rockledge. So all you fans, stay with us. Waiting now for the Titusville Terrier Band to line up and get out onto the field, a very large band. I'm sure Bill Howard's got some shots for us he wants us to enjoy. Got about 12 minutes left in the halftime. A brisk night here in Titusville. Packed house, as even the Ft.Pierce side now has filled up.
Bobby Fortner, Sheree Greavy, Alex Schrader, Brian Goodwin, Mike Hare, Arlene Husson, Paul Kelly, Jim Meehoff, Sandy Lee, Michelle Boggs, Leanne Sparks, Tammy Stewart, Scott Stoller, Don Thrasher, Pam Williams, Tanya Williamson, David Wilson, Ted Parator. Our dance corps seniors, Allison Benner, Tammy De Los Santos, Beth Elder, Julie Greenlee, and Carolyn Nelway. And our tall silk seniors, Denise Copeland, Kim Powell, Nancy Parator. And our senior drum majors, Jamie Nowacki and Mary Vaughn. And we couldn't be here without the band parents. All of the band parents, stand up, please.
Titusville band marches off the field. This is Gary Henderson along with John Starr and Susan up in the press box. Just a minute of halftime activities left.
You know, I'm getting married in 2 weeks. There's Susan up in the press box, and you know, it's going to get me in a lot of trouble.
That's a little temptation, isn't it? That was kind of mean of him. 29-0.
I can hear it tomorrow night. Here's the stats from the first half. As you can see, Titusville totally dominated. Yards rushing, 192 to 29. Yards pass about even. But here's the big difference. 2 for 5 for Titusville, 3-9 and 2 INTs for Boyd. And of course, they had a fumble also lost. And that's the story of the whole game. Very few penalties, especially for Titusville, who in past history has made a lot.
Yeah, usually when we cover a Titusville game, we're here quite late because of all the flags that have been thrown on the Terriers, but they're doing well tonight.
getting into their playoff posture.
I was saying, I think they're peaking. Titusville Terriers, 29, Westwood nothing. Let's pause for these messages before we get underway with the third quarter.
.41 Restaurant in Vero Beach, a dining experience which offers informal elegance and ambience at an affordable price. Arrive by car or cruise the Indian River and tie up at our private dock. 41 offers cocktails on the dockside terrace or lounge. Enjoy mellow piano sounds with after-dinner drinks. 41 Restaurant, the finest continental cuisine on the Space or Treasure Coast for business or pleasure. Reservations suggested. In Vero Beach, call 562-1141. 41 Restaurant, 41 Royal Palm Boulevard, Vero Beach.
TV 43, something to see.
Get ready, Central Florida. It's Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. You bet your bippy, here comes the judge, along with Goldie Hawn, Lily Tomlin, and other talented stars guaranteed to entertain you for a hilarious half hour. Laugh-In sucks it to you, Monday through Friday at 7, here on WMOD.
TV 43.
Patrick Sullivan kicks off to start off the second half. Down to the 15-yard line. They fake the reverse this time, and Titusville's looking for it. Forget it. Number 25, Kelvin Ned. Things are not going well for Westwood.
And we've called him Ned, Need. Let's just call him Ned. That's
Ned.
easy.
Kelvin Ned.
And
First
Kelvin,
and 10, Westwood.
If we got it wrong, sorry. Same with Mr. Avant.
Havens. Avant.
You say Avant?
One of the above.
I was early, you were late. Remember that song?
Yeah.
We're dating ourselves.
One man wide to the left. They're coming up, passing. Boyd sees him. Complete to number 5, Robert White. Look out. Good tackle. Saving tackle by Mike Cador. 49-yard line. Bob White flitters his way to the 49-yard line.
34-yard pickup.
Very impressive. Really only the man in the, well, I guess there's 2 men in the pattern that time. But still, he ran his route so well, he had plenty of room.
You can 50 yards on 2 recepts now for White.
You can bet Boyd will come out throwing this half, and does. Right over the middle. Had a man there, but just missed Alan Moore. And Moore almost tipped it into the hands of Sheldon Powell. And that would have been more mistakes.
You know, it's as the game this afternoon on television, the Boston College Alabama game. Turnovers were the big story there. And tonight, the same story. 3 turnovers by the Panthers. And really made a big difference in this ball game.
29-0. Second down and 10 at the 49. Their own 49. Westwood passing. Complete, but no more than a 2-yard gainer. Knocked out of bounds by number 23, Bobby Ives. And a boy, Bobby. Assisted by Sheldon Powell. Schrazer, Maurice Schrazer. Well, 1 yard, they say. Third down and 9. The ball on the midfield stripe. And did you see the lovely sign in the background? One man in the backfield to block. He turns out getting the pitch. He might as well have blocked. Kelvin Ned, questionable call. Pulled down by 72, Kevin Prost. One man we haven't called his number tonight. That's doing a good job. Here's Kevin Prost. Collins will be back to punt. He'll be on his own 30-yard line. No wind, just cold air here at Titusville. Collins' kick is poor, but takes a good bounce. This time Titusville stays away from it.
I think he was going for the helmet bounce again.
Yeah, it worked the first half. Terriers will take over at about the 27-yard line. Now, John, we got time to say congratulations and thanks to First American Bank. First American Bank and Trust, Brevard's and Florida's largest independent bank, helping Brevard grow. with 5 convenient locations to serve you. 2 of them you say in Cocoa Beach.
That's correct.
All right. Didn't want to think our graphics man was making a mistake. Wishbone, right up the middle. Gaiman. Look at this. Daryl Gaiman just won't stop. He sort of bats away anybody that gets in his way. Finally pulled down by number 31, Brian Hawkins.
24 yards on that carry for Gaiman. Now he's got 118 yards, Gary. 9 carries. Almost 20 yards a carry.
To the 49. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. 29-0 Titusville, and they're moving again.
My division was wrong. A little over 12 yards a carry.
All right. Cador, he'll get 2 or 3. Moves into Panther territory. Well, congratulations to our friends over in St. Cloud. The St. Cloud High School Marching Bulldog Band has been invited to take part in the Peach Bowl festivities in Atlanta. These activities take place December 27th all the way through the 30th. They include field show competitions, parade, and participation in the game shows themselves. So congratulations to St. Cloud High School Marching Bulldog Band under the leadership of Phyllis Whitney and John Fallis. Wayne Williams gets some room over the right side. And that room is shut down pretty quick by number 63, defensively, Steve McBride. Band director over at St. Cloud is Frank McCaskill.
Gary, we were talking about letters. This is a nice one we got from Titusville. Dear sirs.
Obviously don't know us too well.
Yeah. We do appreciate the sports coverage you all have given us this year and enjoy watching the Saturday night replay of the high school football. Keep up the good work. It's appreciated. And that's Mr. and Mrs. Norm Carlson of Titusville.
Isn't that nice? Ball's batted up in the air and falls incomplete.
And of course, I don't want to surprise Carl, but Carl, we're going to give that address anytime now. We're going to watch it again here. Mitchell goes back, tries to float one, but a big paw comes up and knocks it away from him. Tolbert gets a paw on it.
A panther paw.
That's why I used that word.
Yeah. Fortunately, he didn't get his claw on it. 8:41.
Nor did he spike it.
15-yard line. The man's waiting for the punt, and that's about where he'll take it.
That's net again, too.
Yeah, nowhere to go. He decides to run sideways. I'd like to take time to thank Bob O'Connell of Taylor Rental and Sales in Merritt Island for installing the scaffolding our cameraman is using. Russ Rose Jr. up there. Taylor Rental, from baby cribs to cement mixers and audio video equipment, things to rent for every event. That's Taylor Rental and Sales in Merritt Island. Thank you much, Bob and Taylor Rentals.
That was catchy, whoever wrote that.
Yeah.
Things to rent for every event.
Da-da-da-da-da. 8:17 left to go in the third quarter as you see the clock ticking down. And there you see the man that a lot of scouts are watching, Curtis Boyd, senior quarterback. Passed for over 1,600 yards. He's in trouble this time. Gets away, rolls left and fires. Has a man out. Here comes back number 12, complete, Ray Strecken. Tackled by Wayne Williams. And Al Wernicke says, if you're going to tackle a man, do so.
32 yards on that reset.
Well, that got him out of the hole real quick.
You'll see it again here, Gary. He's in trouble in the grass of Titusville defenders, and he gets away, releases the pass, man wide open right at the 40, takes it up to the 49.
Williams came up with the ball, said he recovered it, but the official said he was already down. That was number 91, Kyle Coley, or Colley rather. Chased Boyd out of the pocket. Looking right, has a man out there on fly pattern, up, nice catch. Robert White came back to the ball. And Robert knew exactly where the ball was.
Now, we knew these guys were explosive, and we're seeing it now.
Pass was actually short.
You'll see it now. White gets another one, 26 yards in all. Makes a nice reception. He was well covered, but came back and got the pass.
Boyd moving his team very well now. Remember, this happened last time these two teams met. This time Boyd fumbles the ball, trying to stay out of the pocket. Picked up by Titusville's Anthony Mills, number 20. Holy cow, every time the Panthers have got in scoring position, Titusville defense has come up with a big play.
And I'll tell you, Mills now has an intercept and a fumble recovery. You'll see it here. He going for the ball, and the ball is finally stripped away from Boyd.
Kyle Colley is the one that stripped the ball away. Again, Boyd got away from the rush. He's slippery back there, but Colley stripped the ball from him. 1st and 10, I formation. Everybody in tight. Well, there's some room up the middle. Thought for a minute he fumbled, but I guess not. I believe that's Gaiman.
42, yep. Sure is.
David Chester walks over and says, "You guys through tackling my friend? Well, let him up." Chester's big number 73, talking about getting some attention. All the colleges have been looking at big number 73, David Chester, 6'3", 230-pound senior, and a real anchor in that offensive line at tackle.
I'll tell you what amazed me last week talking to the Fort Lewis coach, and I'll bring that up right after this play.
Halfback pass, Wayne Williams. It worked in the first half. It works. Nope. I thought it worked in the second half, but the ball falls incomplete. Knocked out of his hands. John Davis knocked it out of Mike Cador's hands.
What I was going to say, Gary, is talking to the Fort Lewis coach last week. Fort Lewis, the reason they scheduled the UCF game, as we see 6:09 left in the 3rd quarter, the reason they schedule it is they heavily recruit in Florida. And they're a small college, Division II college in Colorado.
I'd like to take time to thank our good buddies at Pizza Hut restaurants throughout Central Florida for their support of high school football, and also announce their support of high school soccer tournament in December with the final championship game shown on December 31st on WMOD. Thank you, Pizza Hut. Going left, Mike Cador. Boy, there's just too many white jerseys. He kept trying. He'll get a couple, but not much. Got a flag down. A couple of guys having an altercation off camera here.
Yeah, it's in the backfield, too.
We'll leave them off camera.
Defensive backfield. Let's see what they call here.
4th down's coming up, unless this is against Westwood. What do you think, Slim?
The ball carrier. There's a penalty on the flag.
Well, they're going to talk it over.
Since I was doing my job and watching the monitor, I didn't see what happened back there. Russ Rose Sr., that's for you.
Number 5 rated team in the state, the Titusville Terriers, defending 3A champion. They come up against a team that's never been in the playoffs before, and you can tell it's shown.
Yeah, I thought so.
Westwood's a little afraid.
It's against Westwood.
Got a personal foul back there.
Peppers comes in, Gaiman goes off.
Bringing the plays in. It is personal foul against Ft.Pierce Westwood. Offsetting penalties, there's also a personal foul against the Titusville Terriers. So all we did was waste some time. We're down to 6 minutes. 3rd quarter.
Play it again, Sam.
Well, good luck to the Terriers from Bob Fisher. Fisher Pontiac Olds, ready to serve your new and used car needs. Large enough to serve you and small enough to care. At 1021 South Washington in Titusville, our thanks to Bob Fisher Pontiac Olds.
Good people there. Support their Terriers.
Dead ball foul is 4th and 5.
Now they've decided it's 4th down.
All right, 4th down and 5. Wayne Williams back to kick. There you see him. 2 speedsters back there for Ft.Pierce Westwood. Over Williams' head, but he comes up with it. Doesn't get much of a kick, and it's caught by one of the Panthers. Number 90 looking to get away from Williams. It's slowed down by Williams and popped from behind. Boy, he didn't plan on catching the ball. Rick White gets Westwood a break.
We'll see it again, Gary. High snap.
The punt is taken, return to the Terrier 7-yard line.
We'll see it right now. High snap. Good catch by Williams. Tries to get it off. Caught on the fly by Wick. And he takes it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Williams and David Chester are the men that caught him.
Talk about good field position.
Yeah.
Here's Ned.
Not much there. Kelvin Ned maybe got one. And he was tackled by only 11 blue jerseys. See Cador and Williams trading defensive plays. Well, it's a loss of a yard, as a matter of fact. Second down and 8 yards to the first down, to the touchdown now.
Ned now 9 carries, 18 yards, only 2 a carry. That's substandard.
He's got time to pass. Floats one out there, and I do mean float. Intended for Robert White. Now, I don't mean to be critical of a high school player, but if that kid passed for 1,600 yards this year, some defensive backs were pretty slow. We'll be back with more third quarter action right after this.
Your dreams can now be yours. Come see the professionals at Boyd Scarp Enterprises and plan together for the home you've always wanted. A beautiful environment, personalized to your lifestyle. Boyd Scarp Enterprises has designed, built, and arranged financing for hundreds of homes throughout Brevard County. Every new Boyd Scarp home is masterfully constructed for lasting value with emphasis on quality. Custom homes by Boyd Scarp Enterprises, builders and designers of the area's finest homes.
Now, take the road to better transmission care and repair with this TransCare Transmission Special, where for $9.95 you get complete transmission preventive maintenance, including road test, replacement of fluids, new pan gasket, adjustment of bands and linkage, cleaning of sump and screen, and all labor for an incredible $9.95. That's at TransCare Transmission Centers with 4 convenient locations in Orlando, Winter Park, Sanford, and DeLand. TransCare, the road to better transmission care and repair.
Give me a...
We're talking about the fact that he floats that ball so much.
Yes.
Either that or he's just not firing it tonight, one or the other.
Tonight he's 7 for 13 with 2 interceptions.
That's got some fire on it, but still it's too high.
Almost intercepted, too, by number 33.
Mike Murray.
Now it's 4th down, Gary, with 8 to go.
They'll need to go for 3. No sense in that. They're down 29-0. 4:36 second half, third quarter.
The only reason I would wonder about a 3-point play is at least they come away with something, number 1. And number 2, Titusville got 2 extra points on 1 touchdown. Could be a factor if they were to come back here, which they could.
Curtis Boyd looks to the end zone. Needs all 8 of it. Fires. The man was there. Boy, he was wide open. Robert White. I don't know if the ball was behind him or what, but that went right off the shoulder pads.
You see now, Gary, they come up with nothing, which has got to be a real morale downer because they were inside the 10-yard line. Good opportunity to score. Could not get it in. Had they come away with something, might have picked them up. Now they're down.
Had 4 tries from 7 yards out and up at the 8-yard line. That's not very productive.
If it were a tiebreaker game, that would be really the pits.
All right, 29-0. 4.5 minutes in the third quarter. Titusville takes over deep in their own territory at the 8-yard line. 92 yards for pay dirt here. Gaiman. Knowing him, he might get all 92. Huh?
Looked like a train. There's a flag.
Flag's down. About 2 or 3 of them, as a matter of fact.
Might be offsetting again. We might have a hold in the backfield.
Yep. Initial penalty, there's a hold against Titusville. Let's see if there's anything in the backfield against Westwood. Head coach Al Wernicke there.
He's a feisty little guy, you know.
Yeah.
Done a will of a job here at Titusville.
Went undefeated in District 9 this year. Titusville did. 8-2 on the entire year. 1st and 14 as 5 yards is marked off against the Terriers.
No explanation of the flag in the defensive backfield.
Maybe just a late for holding. I don't know.
Shouldn't be that umpire's call.
1st and 14, very, very deep. 3-yard line, as a matter of fact. Williams, the ball carrier. He'll get 2, I think, up to about the 5-yard line. I was looking, John, at the 2 teams that are playing opposite this game. Bradenton Southeast, 9-1 on the season. They're rated number 4 in the state. Titusville, of course, rated number 5. Cypress Lake, 10-0. Defeated Fort Myers last week, 20-0. Shut out their last opponent. They're rated number 3 in the state. So whoever Titusville gets a chance to play, considering this lead holds up, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. It's funny. Always the second game of the playoffs for Titusville is a toughie.
Yeah. Going left, Wayne Williams out of his end zone. Spins, keeps moving those shoulders straight ahead, and will be near the first down. Should be about the 17, 18-yard line. Let's see here. Here we go. Wayne way around left.
Get some speed here. Spins, breaks a couple tackles. Nice running.
Eventually pulled down by Tony Williams, number 43.
Third down, 1.
Third down and 1, so he was short after all. There you see big number 84, the tight end, Patrick Sullivan, coming up to the line. Going to try to go right for 1 yard. Williams gets a perfect block and gets the 1 yard and a lot more.
He's got a lot of speed.
Shoved out of bounds. Nice block that time by the fullback, William Peppers. Opened up the entire lane for him. Goes all the way up to the 33-yard line? No, let's see. 27.
27.
Yeah.
Williams now, 5 carries, 26 yards. It's better than 5 a carry. I have another letter here, too, that I'm going to have to pull out.
Oh, you can't possibly read all the letters we get.
Well, I'm just picking out some of different organizations, different cities, you know.
Good representation.
Right.
2.5 minutes, third quarter, 29-0. If you have something you want to tell us, go ahead and write it to us. Here's William Peppers, number 44. Tuck the ball away, Williams. Peppers, big gainer, about a 12-yard one, maybe even 13. I noticed both fullbacks, Peppers and Gaiman, were in the lineup that time.
Look at Peppers, just break and tackle. These backs for Titusville are awesome. But I want to read this letter quickly. This is from the Cocoa Beach High School Athletic Club. It says, on behalf of the board of directors of our booster organization, thanks. We really appreciate your station's interest and continued support of high school athletics. It should be obvious to everyone there's more to see on 43. And I'll read more in just a second.
Cocoa Beach has been very good to us. We have a lot of good fans at Minuteman Stadium. Wayne Williams rolling left, nothing this time. Nice stop defensively by number 61, James Mons. Cocoa Beach had a successful season this year, gave Rockledge all they wanted.
No question about it. We're going to see a replay, or you want me to finish this? 1:48 left in the third quarter. We really appreciate your station's interest and continued support of high school athletics. Well, I already read that. It is also apparent to the viewer that your sportscasters stay informed and really do their weekly homework well.
Oh, you better know it.
It makes the games enjoyable to watch. Keep up the good work, and please remember, Channel 43 is welcome to Cocoa Beach anytime. We like what we see. Sincerely, Cocoa Beach Minutemen Booster Club.
All right, isn't that nice? Looks like a face mask here. Apparently not. Anthony Mitchell pitched at the last second, I believe, to Wayne Williams. Well, it's 29-0. We'll be back with more third quarter action right after this.
Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good St. Nick.
It's a long time till Christmas, but if you act early, this recording star will captivate your family this Christmas.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yes, by ordering early, this Christmas you can enjoy the most beautiful recordings ever made by Slim Whitman.
Silver bells.
Here is all the magic of Christmas with Slim Whitman in one exclusive collection.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy.
And you get the all-time favorite.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
You'll love Christmas with Slim Whitman. The giant record album is only $7.98. Complete tape collection is only $9.98. And they will not be sold in any store during the pre-Christmas season.
May your days be merry and bright.
Be sure to order now.
Mail $7.98 for album, $9.98 for 8-track tape or cassette to Slim Whitman, Box 611, Melbourne 32901. It seems early, but Christmas with Slim Whitman will not be advertised later. This is your only chance to order. Mail $7.98 for album, $9.98 for tape to Slim Whitman, Box 611, Melbourne, Florida 32901. Slim Whitman, Box 611, Melbourne, Florida 32901. You'll treasure this album every Christmas for years to come.
29-0. Less than a minute left to go in the third quarter. I formation, strong side right. Quick kick. We've seen him do that a lot this year, and it pays off again. Wayne Williams kicks on 3rd and 13. Well, it stops quicker than he wanted it to. Stopped at 25-yard line.
Of course, the big letter from Sanford, dear John and Gary.
In that order, no less.
34 seconds left.
Isn't that something?
John and Gary.
All letters should be addressed to Gary and John. Top banana.
And that's where you send them. WMOD Sports to John and Gary, P.O. Box 611, Melbourne, Florida 32901. And thanks a lot for all those nice things you say.
Oh, and the cookies and cakes are nice.
Yes, yes.
Trick or treat.
Pumpkin pie was in the box too long. But
got a man on the left side looking at him all the way. Nice catch. Diving catch by Robert White. Mike Cador there to make sure Robert stays down.
That's his 4th recept tonight, too.
White does a little gymnastics movement and gets back up on his feet.
You'll see it here again where White catches his 4th pass now for 84 yards.
1st and 10, 33-yard line is where the fourth quarter will begin. That is the end of the third quarter with the score. Titusville Terriers 29. And the Westwood Panthers nothing.
When you're good at what you do, word gets around. Dave McWilliams Construction has literally built a reputation in South Brevard. Now the newest in McWilliams innovation, the Winds of Paradise. Dave McWilliams brings to this project the same demand for excellence he provided for the beautiful Parkside Center and prestigious Surfrider condominiums. Private elevators, cathedral ceilings, upgraded interior design packages. We invite you to visit and inspect these exceptional townhomes. The Winds of Paradise, A1A in the Atlantic.
TV 43, something to see.
Tic-Tac-Doe, the half-hour game show hosted by Game Master Wink Martindale, is now on WMOD. Join us for a game of strategy, knowledge, and fun where you can beat the odds if you beat the dragon. The winner takes all on Tic-Tac-Doe. Weeknights at 7:30 on WMOD.
Well, it turns out to be second down. Pass pattern was a little bit shorter than we thought. Second down and 1.5, we'll say, for a first down.
Westwood is running out of time here. They got to make something happen.
12 minutes of football left to go. Possibly.
I looked up there and I saw 12 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm going, wait a minute.
All right, end around. Number 25, Kelvin Ned. He gets some room, goes out of bounds.
Gets the first.
Gets the first down. Cador is the man that they say knocked him out of bounds. Look at the people on the other side over there sitting on their hands. Not much to cheer about at Westwood land.
It's a good drive from Ft.Pierce to here, too.
I was just thinking, head coach, what's the coach's name? Boucher.
Yeah.
Does that make him the
Tom
Wizard of Westwood?
Oh, my goodness. It's comments like that that bring letters from Sanford.
Joe Willie Boyd gets the first down. I'm telling you, he looks like it. He's got the nose and everything.
Does he wear pantyhose?
And brute, yeah. 1st and 10. I wouldn't mind pantyhose tonight. It's kind of cold.
Yeah,
11.
really. Yeah.
That's a lovely shade you have on, by the way.
Yes.
11:50 left to go in the ball game. Ball up to about the 37-yard line.
I have red on one leg and blue on the other. One toe is white and one is yellow.
Titusville back deep in their defense, and here's the reason. Boyd looking for a place to hide. Fires long. Man's running a different pattern than he expected. White went deep instead of coming back to help out the quarterback. There's Bob.
Boyd now 8 for 16, 136 yards. White's been the story on the receiving end. I expected Moore to catch more. 1-0 in the second Moore. But White's got 84 yards, 4 recepts.
Second down and 10. Now you look at him. Huh?
I know.
Zoom in on number 11 there. He's got time. The pocket sets up nice. Intercepted.
Number 3.
Batted down and intercepted. Bobby Eyes, number 23, brings it down. 11-17 to go, and Titusville's going to take over. It's 29-0.
5 turnovers now for the Panthers. We'll see it here. Just can't get enough on the ball, and it's picked off easily there. He's intending it for White once again, number 5.
Doing his very own tip drill. And a boy, Bobby. Getting congratulations from Anthony Mills. He's got an interception himself, as well as Kyle Colley. Team effort for sure tonight. Man in motion's Cador. Up the middle, nothing. Daryl Gaiman, we'll give him a yard. Second down and 9, 44-yard line.
124 for Gaiman now, 11 carries.
Well, in her out on the limb column for the Today newspaper, Melissa Isaacson picked this game as Titusville 23, Ft.Pierce Westwood 17.
Yes.
Saw something that we didn't see in Westwood's offense.
Well, we'd like to thank the fine folks at Fisher Pontiac Olds. Of course, they're large enough to have the selection that you want, and small enough to care. Ready to serve you with new and used cars. Titusville.
Pass falls incomplete, intended for Cador. Bob Fisher and Fisher Pontiac Olds at 1021 South Washington and Titusville. Appreciate it. Penalty on the play. Westwood's going to get a personal foul. There's 15 free ones. Yep. They're going to move the ball 15 yards.
That's the first time they've lost yardage on a penalty. Previous one was an offsetting penalty.
Well, of course, the playoffs are underway, but I'd like to make mention last Wednesday, rallying behind a pair of big second-half offensive plays, Winter Garden West Orange defeated Altamont Springs Lake Brantley 20-14 in the 5th annual Elks Bowl. Kissimmee Osceola, our good buddies over there in Cowboy Land, rushed to a 16-0 lead and then held off stubborn Crystal River for a 23-20 Citrus Bowl victory at Inverness. A couple other bowl games we'll mention here. As Gaiman goes in motion to the top of your screen, stops, sets up the block, and there's a big rush on Anthony Mitchell. He goes around the right side and gets away from the whole thing. Pass complete. Unbelievable. Pass is complete. I thought that play was going nowhere. Looked like a screen. It just didn't exist. There's Titusville cheerleaders.
Al Wernicke thinks he's one of the finest quarterbacks in the country in high school ball, and we're going to see why right here.
William Peppers is playing an excellent game tonight. He's the guy that came back to help out Mitchell and catch this pass. Mitchell just sort of flipped that ball, didn't he?
He certainly did, and he was under tremendous pressure.
Tackled by Rodney Pack. Other bowl games, Baker County jumped to a 15-0 lead in the first 5 minutes of the game and withstood a wild finish to defeat Daytona Beach Seabreeze 35-20 in the 2nd annual Astro Bowl up in Daytona.
We used to have the Astro Bowl in Titusville.
Mitchell pitches, halfback pass for the 3rd time tonight. Wayne Williams fires.
Ooh.
Knocked away at the last second by number 24, James Avent.
He throws the ball very nicely.
Yeah, it's quick fire, too. Well, the Mount Dora defense transformed a pair of Pearson-Taylor mistakes into touchdowns, then shut out the Wildcats from Taylor for the final 3 quarters to post a 13-7 victory in the Fern Bowl game.
Is that for real?
Yep.
The Fern Bowl?
Fern Bowl, right?
Is this what you call Phil?
Yeah. Well, I like to give credit to the Bulls.
The Fern Bowl?
Yeah, it's got to be up.
Yeah.
North central part of the state.
Yeah.
They grow a lot of ferns. Look at this power running. Eventually tackled by Rick White.
The Gaiman is just incredible tonight.
Gaiman has about 8 or 9 on this one.
We'll see it here again, and it's all power running. Some good blocks up front from the offensive line, but it's really just power running. Here's a handoff, and he just carries people with him.
When are you going to sing your song?
It's getting very close to that time. I just didn't want to, you know,
rush it. Huh? 9.5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Plus, I talked to people before the game, and they will be watching us down there in the Westwood area.
Sure they will.
They're going to sneak up to Indian River and watch us on cable there.
Well, if the wind's right, they can pick us up at 43, too, for that.
That's true. With a good antenna. Definitely can get us on the cable there all throughout Indian River.
1st and 4 yards for the touchdown. Mitchell dives in the middle, not this time. 86 expected him. Anthony Jones meets Anthony Mitchell. And Mitchell didn't care much for the greeting. I think he may have lost a yard. Moves back to the 5. 2nd and 5. There you see it. 8 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in Westwood's 1983 season.
Talk about turn out the lights. Boy, did they turn them out in Boston today. Lost the whole 3rd quarter.
Really. Wishbone. Gaiman or Peppers, which is it? Well, whoever it is isn't going far. All of a sudden, the Westwood defense woke up.
42.
I'd like to tell everybody that we'll be going on in the playoff games throughout right here on TV 43.
Are we going to go on like we have tonight?
And the 4A game will be live. The 4A championship game.
Yes.
No matter whom it be.
December 16th.
Pro set as the defense has stiffened. 3rd and 6. Going to try to go right. Williams doesn't pass this one. He passes the end zone line. That's what he passes. He is in, isn't he?
Looked like it. Let's see where they... I think they're saying he went out of bounds just before the marker.
Apparently. Well, while they set it up, we're going to thank Pizza Hut restaurants in Central Florida for their support of high school football, and also announce their support of a high school soccer tournament in December. By the way, that soccer tournament final championship game will be shown December 31st on MOD.
And here's Williams going outside. Runs a lot of way to get down to the 2-yard line.
Again, thank you, Pizza Hut. You've been good supporters. And the lady from Sanford even mentioned that she appreciated Pizza Hut.
Certainly did.
And her name was?
Rita the Mama.
Rita the Mama, yeah. Anthony Mitchell rolling right, in trouble, fires out of the end zone. That was a 4th down play, and it failed. First American Bank and Trust, you better know it. Brevard's and Florida's largest independent bank, helping Brevard grow. 5 convenient locations to serve you. First American Bank, Titusville, Merritt Island, Cocoa Beach, and the other one.
Right.
Hello, Greg. I don't believe that's Greg. I believe that's one of Greg's supporters. Titusville Terriers have excellent support up here.
I'm sure there's a lot of astronaut fans that probably turned out tonight.
Probably,
too.
Yeah.
Cheer them on.
It was 4th and 3. Ft.Pierce Westwood held, and so naturally they've got the ball, but they've got it deep in their own territory. 7.5 minutes, 29-0. All rights for this program are reserved by station WMOD and may not be used or shown directly or indirectly for the purpose of profit, or charging admission, coverage charge for entertainment fee, or mechanical operation or any other charge thereto. Any reproduction or rebroadcast of this program must be with the expressed written consent of Southern Broadcasting Corporation and all of its stars.
Yes.
Curtis Boyd, senior signal caller, having not one of his better nights tonight. Hands off to number 25. Boy, he's a nifty runner. Kelvin Ned has shown a lot tonight. Back and forth and back and forth. He's got the first down.
You're going to see it again here, I believe, Gary. Just a second. We're going to see Ned once again. And as you say, very nifty running. Breaks a lot of tackles. Holds onto the ball because Titusville is trying to tackle the football. And as we can see, 29 zip.
First and 10, Westwood.
I'm sure Westwood would like to get at least one.
6:44, number 25 around the left side. Kelvin Nett again, not much there. Heck, let him run up the middle. He finds his own hole.
You know, as much as he's carried 13 times, he only has 34 yards. He's been working, but not getting a lot. But really, I was watching the Boston College game, Alabama-Boston College, and in the third quarter, the lights went out. They lost a transformer near the stadium. So Lindsey Nelson did play-by-play radio style.
All right, Lindsey.
With a slide up.
I think he's probably the best.
Oh, he's great.
Love his voice.
I like his plaid jackets, too.
Yeah, almost handed to one of the Titusville Terriers, almost handed to Wayne Williams. Ray Strachan is the man the ball was intended for.
I'll tell you, we'd like to announce what game we're going to cover next week, but we can't until the winners of tonight's games are paired up for next week.
That, of course, Rockledge, Merritt Island, Winter Park, Titusville. We're going to be looking at all those teams, see how far they go.
Did you mention Winter Park?
Yep.
Oh,
sure. Certainly. Sautermois.
We've been there. Double E Stadium.
Like those Wildcats. They got a
I like their stadium, too.
They got a defense. Yeah, but Winter Park doesn't play at Double E Stadium, though.
Well, the night we saw him, they played.
Kelvin Ned, look at him go. He's going to be close to the 35-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. And we saw him play Orlando Evans.
We're going to see this combo team up for a 20-yard completion here as Ned gets the ball. That's his first catch of the night.
Winter Park playing a tough game against Apopka. Both those teams undefeated in 4A.
I always like the name of that town, Apopka.
Sounds kind of like a mistake, doesn't it?
It's a fun name. Where do you live? Apopka.
Okay, 6:21 to go. And again, they're passing, and again, it's complete as the defense moves back a little bit, willing to give them some.
Yeah, a yard.
Yeah, a yard, that's right. It is complete to Kelvin Nett again.